Fear looking for a flash play into A main. He's got that front spawn, but he's actually solo on it. Jambo, the normal opper for FNATIC, allows Fear to play glass cannon. It's kind of a weird way to play it, but it is what it is.
Oh. And you see maybe why it is a bit weird now as Fear doesn't hit the shot, and you wonder if it was the right decision. But we all had moments like that. Quick spray toward mid. We can see Kern just on the other side here, and things will slow down a bit.
More tags. Jaquinho. Person Fear is an angle he doesn't want. Long range fight from Truck. Doesn't go his way, so he evacuates. That's 3 pieces of information gained by LILMIX. Let's see how fast they can speed up on the opposite side. You can see Mazet sprinting through CT spawn.
The peek over from the boost. Dax able to find Karen as he was cautious of mid. And now Jambo on the peak, though. Little 1-for-1 trade. Nades rain down toward B main. We'll find a little damage here as Jaquinho loses half of his life.
Oh! Big boy.
Oh, it's right. My man had to get the hell out of heaven. Jacasmo blocked off from tree on site as Mazet. The FAMAS putting in work. Needs one more and gets it. Quicks is tucked toward headshot, and I don't think he's aware. He's going to be able to pick up on the Mazet. Jambo goes down as well. And LILMIX coming alive now. Swing Bowden, hand the spray through the smoke. He chunks him all the way down to 14. The dualies at a distance. I don't know if it's feasible. He tries to get onto site, but Bowden master too clean. And LILMIX finds a way to tie it up.
What a play by them. Good survival in A main from Jaquinho. I don't know if he should have survived that one. A couple of missed shots from Fear with the big green. Gives him that opportunity. Good response to clear into mid and then just to pounce on the B site. A little bit labored, but the layering was great from LILMIX. 2-2 we go. As the purchase not so great for FNATIC as they have to lick their wounds a little bit. I think they're thinking back to that A main hold where Solos tried to swing and it didn't work. Quicks on the back dead, gonna make some money.
Ooh, okay. Aaron on that Deagle. And he only takes 66 damage as well. Wonder. We talked about Wonder and Dez needing to get activated early, and well, you've seen Dez find the shots. Wonder at a breadstick in 5. A bit of a slower start. Compression toward mid, and Mazet on the 5-7 sends Jaquinho off to heaven. He's tucked. And here comes the help as well. The flank is beautiful. Karn will find another. Mazet on the quicks, and what happened to LILMIX in this round?
This is one of those rounds we were talking about where I think Quicks as an IGL has great plans. He understands how to develop young talent, but once he gets into these rhythms of like, okay, we've won a couple of rounds, what do we do next? Let's go slow. It doesn't work out for him. The pressure that they apply as a group moving together is their strength. When you allow the FNATIC players to take solo fights across the map, this is what happens. Rifles are going to get picked up by most all members of FNATIC. Bowden Master going to do his best to find one, but it will be the save at the end of the day. 3 to survive for FNATIC, unless they give anything crazy away, and a 3rd on the board for them as well. Individual stepping up, Mazet with a double, and that 5-7 from the forklift, and the flank from Karen collects. This is the strength of the individuals of FNATIC being put on display right now. A little fumble from LILMIX, but it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, that's what you got to tell yourself, right? You got to GG's go next in the next round. It's it. It's the meme with the dog and the fire all around the house. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. The money's still looking pretty fine for the T side as well. Bowden Master can drop one. Everybody else should be able to get what they need. I wouldn't be surprised to see Quicks on another Mac 10. But again, it has to go back to the basics. You're not going to communication. So, Quicks, maybe call something just that. Your namesake should be the name of the game here. Yeah, he's looking for something, but he's gifted it out. Deagle, Flash, Smoke, Op for Bowden Master, AKs for the rest. Pretty good purchase from the T side, but a bolstered CT purchase with 3 AKs of their own. I think LILMIX are in some trouble right now.
Oh,
Okay,
Bowden.
maybe not.
On the boost, a beautiful op shot. In the hands of Jambo as well. He said, all right, Fear, you had your chance. The op is mine now. Jacasmo and Karn tucked onto the site here as we see everybody begin to cheat forward. Jambo still searching for a bit of intel, and as that smoke fades away, LILMIX will begin to inch forward even more.
They've grabbed that space towards B main. Default B side complete. They don't have mid control just yet, but this setup on the B site is for that. Dodge the flash from Karn. Can't close with that destroy quick enough. Just one for him.
Jacasmo needs at least two, and he does find the two as Fear picks up one on the way out. And that rotation in now, it'll be a 2v2. Bomb plant still hasn't gone down, and as I say it, we'll see it, but both of these members from FNATIC toward this tree side. Jambo will tuck toward Heaven's side and maybe looking to flash upon entry here for Fear.
Lurk smoke. Jambo, you've bunged it up.
Oh
no, he did it perfectly. He's better than me. That's okay.
Nice spray here from Wonder, though. We talked about seeing him get activated. He finds Jambo, op goes down, and now it's a winnable round here for LILMIX. Spray from Fear. Time ticking. No kit in hand for Fear as well, and maybe just looking to get the op out of Bowden's hands. And he will.
But he's no way he survives here, right? Yeah, it's over. 3-3. Nice shot from LILMIX. We can see how vulnerable B site is on this map. If you don't continuously apply that pressure, if you lose checkers control, if you're not fighting for vents, B site becomes a one-way street. A single flash forces the backside hold off. They swing, they destroy Karn. Jacasmo does fine to find two, but it's not quite enough. And FNATIC sent back to that economic bin. 63.50 for Mizane. He doesn't buy a single thing. Tech issue maybe. No one's moving. That must be it. I think FNATIC a little upset after that one, I'm sure. You can see smiles on the face of LILMIX is they might have bitten off more than they can chew because it's kind of giggles on the other side too. Fear getting primed and ready for round 7. And I don't want to say this has to be a change of pace from FNATIC, but they're not fighting for vents control. They're not grabbing mid control. They're kind of just sitting back and allowing these executes to come through, and it's not treating them well. The fact that it's 3-3 off the back of an eco round for them, I mean, it probably should be more like a 5-2 right now, I think, for LILMIX.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, FNATIC stole an eco round away of their own, then they lose one bouncing back. But I mean, I think this speaks volumes for LILMIX. They came to play here today. As we get this difficulty ironed out, you talked about the money. I forget who that was, but I think Fear had 5,800 as well. So I'm pretty sure they could still squeeze out a buy here if they need to.
Oh, yeah, they're loaded. They're loaded. And even if they do have an SMG, it will be the perfect excuse for them to tuck tight and fight through checkers, get into vents, and control that mid space. Because the A execute is not an easy thing to do, especially on the T side. The CT should be able to figure that out. But vents control is the name of the game, at least for me, Mr. Henry Vatt, on the map of cash. Tack timeout called for FNATIC. Post-tech issue, a chance for independent. Coach strutting back and forth to just kind of calm his boys down. But as that tack timeout's lifted, it does give a chance for a LILMIX to take a breath as well and say, look, boys, we can hang out with the big boys of FNATIC. Young superstars over there for LILMIX on their grind as well. It's a pretty used up mouse pad there, second in. I think that's Desdi. I don't know how to say his name. My English brain doesn't work with Z's and T's.
I did see the mouse pad though. You could see it was worn down. You could see where the flicks were.
Yep. Ooh, Fear drops an M4 to a friend. Jacasmo on the MP9, lacking utility. Karn's already pressed up towards mid. They're getting the boost over, but it's a B lean for LILMIX. Ooh, look at this spot. The foot finder.
The hot Henry spot.
The foot finder, Bowden Master. This smoke is what I'm talking about, right in front of Quicks. You toss this in your pugs or in your matches as a CT, you control this space for 20 seconds. Mid and vents control taken finally for FNATIC. Jacasmo needs to support this checkers hold, but the Molly should rein in and clear this space.
Patience here from LILMIX. They know FNATIC's lurking here somewhere. Wonder just missing the timing on Jack, and again just trying to hold this vents control tucked in toward checkers. Minute on the clock, still time to work with. Quicks trying to lead the charge, Galil in hand, and moments away from the beautiful chaos now. So down again, spotted. Spray from the MP9. Chicasmo finds the first. Quicks will go down. Jambo on the op will put a stop to Giacchino. Wonder tries to drop the molly, but this is just buying some more time now. That's not spotted him. They're going to try to work through mid here. Call will come out from Care, and he's chopped all the way down to 23. Chicasmo at 32, and despite being down by 2 members, this is still a winnable round for LILMIX if they can lock it down. Flick from Jambo's not there. And they'll find a crack on the A side, but you don't want to get caught with utility in hand. Go and find the trade here at a bare minimum, but from Maze to Dest, good for the 2-piece. Now on a 1v1, it comes down to Fear and Dest.
3v5 turn 1v1, the young superstar against the IGL of FNATIC. Distance fight at truck.
Oh.
Of course, it's Fear to find that. A scary round, nonetheless. LILMIX pieced that puzzle together quite quickly. Rotations from FNATIC, even though their B-site defense stood tall. A little bit thick and quick. Karen as well, fighting from catwalk, or highway rather. I think a little bit awkward for him. He missed that opening double frag, and it almost all came crumbling down. So FNATIC, maybe take a deep breath, boys. You can't just win off namesake alone. You got to shoot back properly. And a 5v3 turn 1v1, that's a scary way to win a round, if you ask me.
You know, and I think, you know, with Cash being new back into the map pool again, one of the things that we've seen teams have issues with, it seems to be, is timing. And, you know, we see him looking away, just barely missing that. We saw it there at A main as well. And so maybe not as many reps for a lot of these teams as they would like on Cash, because they're trying to iron out some of the kinks for these squads. But let's put pressure back toward the B side. Quicks is going to quicken the pace. Chicasmo from Heavens raining down. Death and destruction again, but Quicks. A quick flick of the wrist to the dome of Chicasmo. Spray from Tree. Doesn't find the kill, but Giacchino down to 18th as the plan does go down here. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this opening start here from LILMIX.
That's a great way to get on the site. Yeah, they bought down to their bottom dollar. Loss bonus is going to start adding up. And with a bomb plant, a fresh smoke into CT, this is going to get tricky. FNATIC fully focused on this CT push, and there's a flash and go from Chiquinho through the smoke. Techie erupts and finds the first.
Jose was tucked in. Does get the trade, and now from the Heavens here.
No way.
One more caught on the back pedal, though. And there's no time. They've got to get out. Bowden's going to find him on the back end. The Tech-9's reigning supreme. Maze will eventually fall, but look at the smiles here from LILMIX. They know it. They're feeling great.
That's a play right there. Change of pace from FNATIC. They said, let's play retake on B site. Again, this is one of those matches where FNATIC should be trying to play perfect Counter-Strike, right? Perfect practice. And the fact that they kind of just let B site linger, great call from Quicks to speed it up over there, and he gets in off the back of one trade and a heap of damage. Utility used perfectly, and they block the choke points. No chance for FNATIC to get back into this one as LILMIX continue to surprise. And the jerseys look good too, so doubling down, I guess.
Man, I gotta fight with my mute button over here a little bit, I guess. Big shout out to our producer Jay Keed for always keeping me on my toes. But 16 teams, 60 G's on the line. LILMIX, a great start here on their map. Pick 4 rounds on the board and a chance to take the lead away from FNATIC because that bye is a bit of a scrappy one. Here's Dest. Boost.
Early util pressure from LILMIX hasn't really done too much. You can see B site, it's just Chicasmo patiently waiting behind that smoke. They have the op of Jambo in checkers, so he's kind of isolated here. But as soon as that smoke fades, it should be a rotate from Chicasmo off B. He doesn't need to stay to play, especially if the op is there. Grab some mid control, my friends. This is LILMIX playing patient.
Yeah, Dest is ready for them to grab that mid control, expecting the boost to come over the top. Hard spots one, caught towards sandbags, and it is Dest raining down. Wonder will find one as well. We talked about these two getting activated. And it seems like they found their way now. Jacasmo towards the deagle in hand, and he needs a big one now as they're at a 2-player disadvantage. Aquino in through sight, and he's got a chance to catch Fear. He slipped the net back toward Truck. Does he away? Oh, no. Fear wins out on the timing. Jambo will find one with the op. It's Quicks to Wonder, and now Fear wondering where his team is gone.
Footsteps were definitely heard there at Highway. No, Quicks maybe not. I think he gets it now. Bomb going down on B site, and LILMIX might just break the bank of FNATIC here as they find 5. Fear nowhere to go. No kit either, but this is within his wheelhouse. A 1v3, 2 low HP'd enemies. But the belts of Util tell me otherwise here. Wonder one more molly up into heaven. Just continuously stuff that choke point as LILMIX about to kind of choke out FNATIC's CT economy here. This is a great job from them. They just played patient on that one, and FNATIC caught. Op unable to act for more than one on Jambo. Fear finds one single frag on a lurking Jaquinho. But that's all she wrote. LILMIX take the...
Here, but you know, you love to see it. We always say any given Sunday, right? Anything can happen. LILMIX certainly showing that, and maybe looking to end that long win streak here of FNATIC.
What a place to do it, too. Imagine doing it on LAN. You're like, hey, guys, we've won 3 matches in the last 3 months. FNATIC's won 3 matches in the last 3 days. You know what? Let's just go in with our heads held high with an easy plan and follow it. And you never know what happens on the other side. 5-4. It's not over just yet. This round might be a little bit of a non-starter for FNATIC, even though we saw them win an equal against this LILMIX squad already in this series. Back towards the A site goes Jaquinho, and on the other side is Fear, pushing through Squeaky's side. This should be accounted for shortly.
You haven't seen him get too aggressive. And it's going to pay off this time. Fear spotting him on the boost. Dad's the first to fall. Now trying to work in tandem. Got to be careful turning your back to the competition, but looks away from the blind, turns on the dime, and finds the kill on the Wonder. It's a 2-player advantage we haven't seen in a while, but Jaquinho has slipped the net yet again. He nullifies the momentum that FNATIC has grabbed, and now the struggles continue.
A little recycling action here from Quicks, an old school method in Counter-Strike. Deny the enemy. Deny, deny, deny.
Oh my.
Crispy.
Yeah, Jaquinho was 1-9, I think, heading into this round. Crispy shots. Bowden will have to whip out the Glock and deal with Maze. He does it nicely. LILMIX maybe starting to make FNATIC worry a bit.
Maybe a little bit. A great way to play that anti-eco. Yeah, the timing eludes them a little bit for that squeaky side push, but cleaned up easy enough. You see Bodenmaster's op stoic on that B site hold. He doesn't rotate on information gained. He doesn't care. Finds himself a double, 3-piece for Jaquinho, and that's a 6th on the board. LILMIX at least tying their T side. Purchase back on the CTs for FNATIC. No op for Jambo. And a good helping of utility as well, but they still need to grab this deep mid control. FNATIC are giving too much respect over to LILMIX, allowing them to play their game at their own pace.
And Jacasmo almost gets 2. Beautiful timing. Quicks down to 14. Dest. Does he get in behind Maze? Karn turns at the perfect time and catches a glimpse through the fading smoke of Dez trying to get cheeky with it. 2 in toward Vent's side. Quicks is in a good spot here in checkers. Bowden dinked. Quicks now found Karn. And despite only having 14 health, the molly will make it difficult. Maze will burn him down, and now on a 2v2. LILMIX has a chance to post a 7th.
There's still utility here for Jaquinho as well. He's just got to get the information and play survive. Allow the op to do the heavy lifting from a distance. Yep, good work. Get yourself out, bro.
Here the cute. Spots the rifle as well. And Zay almost caught with util in hand. Gonna try to bait him forward a bit. Good decision making, but Giacchino on the back off. He gets a little too aggressive down highway. They just have to be patient.
Spotted now.
Oh, and the molly. There's not much you can do here. Fire on the spray, the peak, going for the no-scope. He tried to deny it. Could you imagine?
That would have been insane. I figured they spotted him on that jump from highway across, but I guess not. It's the touch of the flame that gives it away. A chance there, but great job for FNATIC to find a fifth. And, I mean, that's getting scary. That's a little bit of a misplay from Giacchino. I think he grabbed the information at truck. He had all the utility to play, but he decides to take a solo fight down highway with no ops support. And that's a little bit of miscommunication there from the LILMIX side. That should have been a pretty convincing seventh in my mind. Last round of the first half, MP9 for Fear. Oh, a shot through the op. A shot from the op through the wall from Bodenmaster finds the mark. Mazet pissed.
Unfortunate. Jambo will pick up 2 of his own, though. And I got to agree with LILMIX. LILMIX maybe wants that round back because they should be at 7. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt them later. Giacchino really began to pick it up now. We talked about it 1 and 9 moments ago. Now it's 6 and 10. Jambo on the truck with the op. That goes down. Giacchino doesn't need to get overly aggressive. We saw him get punished for it last time, and he'll get punished again. Jambo on the op puts a stop to it. And they'll begin to play around the smoke now, teetering on the brink of disaster. Bowden set up in main with an op of his own. And time's ticking away here. Bowden finds Chicasmo. Bowden finds Jambo. And 7-5 hat for LILMIX on their map pick.
Pretty happy with that. 13 frags in the half for Bodenmaster as well. And this is the guy I was talking about who is always the bridesmaid, never the bride. It's hard to be an opper coming out of the Swedish scene, but he always seems to maintain that 1.05 rating. Great job from him to help his team get to a 7th. Now, realistically, I think that should have been an 8-4, maybe even on a luckier day, a 9-3 half for LILMIX, but it is what it is. Yeah. They're happy to get 7. Right? Pistol rounds don't go their way. That's fine. They win their first rifle round. They lose to an eco. They have their own fight back, but it's just speed from them that catches FNATIC off. Odds changing at the bottom of your screen for the rest of this map. 2.0 versus 4.8. And it's Quicks to take first contact. Never mind, Chicasmo grabs Wonder towards B.
Quicks is going to fade away a bit. Losing that member. A little patience here now from FNATIC as they're stacked. In the meantime, Meta's Sport on top of Johnny Speeds in the A-Stream 5-3 at the moment. And another maybe very close series over there.
Yep. This one's closer than I expected.
Yeah, me too.
Now FNATIC play patient. They allow LILMIX to kind of rotate to their own demise. 1-1-3 setup. Quicks rotates back to truck, but the highway push for FNATIC's coming through thick and fast.
Now they'll be slowed down a bit here by that smoke. Karen into Z here has been a little bit of a silent day for Karen. We'll see if he can get activated from the T side here. Daz picking up on the Karen. The troubles continue. Back to a 4v4 we go. And now with just 35 seconds on the clock, that sense of urgency is going to have to grow.
Oh, Giacchino caught. Oh!
Oh, he had to do a double take. Mazet tucked into the corner. He checks it, but I don't think he was ready for him to be there. Oh, wait, he is there. Bowden will find the kill, but now on a 3v1.
What? I think he did. He found that truck kill pretty quickly, traded immediately, but an impossible 1v3. Another pistol for FNATIC. That's a scary way to lose a round. That was 35 seconds on the clock, and a fumbled fight towards highway does erupt into a second frag, leaving Bodenmaster 1v3. Now, save maybe for LILMIX side. Stack to be smelled. No, it's a forced buyback. Bowden going to save 1100 so he can get the op sooner rather than later. Everybody else fully committed. FNATIC, sniff it out. Don't commit too quick. It's Fear with the Mac 10 to go first.
Make sure they don't give up any of these rifles here for free. And Mazet already has found the head of Wonder. Very spread out across the map here is FNATIC. Looks like Quick left alone toward the B site, but FNATIC actually shifting the other direction here.
This is kind of where LILMIX is sitting, though. I don't know how quick that rotate from Quicks is going to come off the B site, but he seems to have a sniff of it. Door swings open, Karen. A quick 1v1 against a 5-7.
Oh, Giacchino. There's the door. The swing is no good from Giacchino. Karen on that Khalil, Bowden on the Deagle. 1-for-1, trade back and forth we go. Des toward Fork. Play off the flash. Here's the swing, the spray, and it's Jambo. Here's found one as well. Jambo has been such a staple for this squad at 14-9. It's fist bumps all across the board, and now right back to a tied series here.
This is what I like seeing, right? It is a force buyback. They only lose one, which is very uncommon. Usually you're going to lose 2, maybe 3 against the force buy. They even walk into the stack. But FNATIC and Fear, especially Fear, known for his patience with his IGLing. Let the smokes land. Let it breathe like a fine wine. Throw the mollies in. Take that first sip. What'd you taste? Did you like it? Continue drinking. If you didn't, slow it down. Give it a second to breathe again. That's exactly what they do towards the A site. They find success in a 7th. And now it's just a couple of deegs for the CT side.
Things may be about to go bad, from bad to worse here as Jambo has found that star player of Bowden. In fact, the only player that is currently positive for LILMIX, and FNATIC just using the patience.
Look at this spread out play from FNATIC too. They don't care. They're like, yeah, we got A main control. We know you're not squeaky. We just got a little boost on mid and you're not pushing B. It's just patience. They don't have to do anything. LILMIX over rotating off of maybe just an internal call because the information hasn't really been gifted over. They're just gambling towards A site, and it might be the right call as the bomb starts to lean in. But it is just deegs and 5-7s on the other side. Jambo looking for a quick spray and pray. First gifted.
Yes, misses Giacchino here. Nade comes in for Sneaky. They'll look to go together. Spray from Jambo is good for the first 3, still on site. And as Fear will power on, he'll find one with a MAC-10. Karen only good for one as well. And it's Quicks! 2 Deagle shots to the dome, and I mean, a nasty display of skill. Unfortunately, 2 is not enough when there's 4 standing, and FNATIC will regain the lead.
Quick's rolling back the years there. He's got the deeg in hand. Yeah. And a couple of clean shots. And I don't want to say a misclear on site. Fear plays trade with that MAC-10, which is perfect. But keep digging your corners, boys. You spot one, expect another. It's called the 1+1 rule. You see an enemy, expect a second. Don't pull out that piece of utility too quick. You clear a corner and you kill 2. Just expect that third. Keep clearing until there's nothing left to see. Good 8. Good pressure this time from FNATIC. Quick's caught.
Yeah, caught by the blind of Fear. Mizay and Karen will scoop up a kill apiece due to that piece of utility. Giacchino dealt with by Jambo. Now we're starting to see FNATIC fall into that play style that we're used to. Well mixed, great from that T side, but we're seeing some of the CT struggles now.
This is sort of how Cash played back in 2018, 2019, right? It slowly started to develop into this slow mid protocol, grab the space, get vents. But as the map kind of just rolled back into circulation, it's this ball of death. We even saw LILMIX do this on their T side as well. Just group up, take fights together, play the trades, and it's almost too effective. As the CT rotates, take a long time. Bowden caught out just outside the useless room there is, well, that's what he did that round, was useless. Couldn't get anything done. FNATIC, go to the opposite side. I don't mean that negatively. I mean that as a direct statement. He couldn't get anything done because he was over on the B site, and FNATIC don't care about it. They just smoke it, flash it, keep you present of mind, and take space on the other side. Easy does it. FNATIC slipping that lead a little bit farther away as another freebie round should come through. But this is where it becomes tricky. FNATIC overconfident after a string of 2. We saw them a little bit of a misclear a few rounds prior with Quicks on site. Maybe they do the same, but Mizay, never mind. Blood on the wall.
Firing on all cylinders now as he paints the wall red.
With burgundy blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, San Diego.
He'll just read what's ever on the teleprompter. That's what we're doing. This is an entirely scripted tournament. We got the information about 10 weeks ago. We know who's going to win. We know the score lines and everything, chat. Ha ha ha. I'm sure Steak's going to get mad at me for that. They know it's a joke, though. I hope.
FNATIC enjoying the lead here.
Your silence doesn't help that.
Hey, anything I can to make it worse, you know?
Yeah, this is it.
As my parents would say.
Again, that single smoke towards B has kept LILMIX occupied in that position. It's even pulled the rotate of Wonder over. As a completely open A site leads me to believe LILMIX will just fight and find Jacasmo and Sunroom trying to save this AK. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Quick said too when he felt the AK rattling through his body there. And LILMIX, after what seemed like a great start, maybe fumbled at one round, potentially two on that team side, but that great start has dwindled away, and it's all been FNATIC now from the T side. 5 still standing, not a single tick of damage done just yet, and Jacasmo seeming to control the sunroom.
First day jitters maybe for FNATIC to start this map off. Again, this is a great map for FNATIC, but the reps aren't really there, right? Their opponents maybe a little bit more skilled than this LILMIX roster, but their opponents, again, might not have the reps LILMIX does. It is a new map in the map pool. Everybody has a fair chance of playing it, and this LILMIX roster's been together as long as this map has been back in the pool. So they've picked it up by design, and their CT side was going just fine, or their T side was going just fine. It's their CT side that's struggling now as FNATIC continuously play that push and pull. Easy does it, closing in on double digits here, or made double digits now for FNATIC. Purchase comes back. Bodenmaster on the op. And I'd love to see him get stuck in somewhere early. That B drop is not going to be your friend, not the way FNATIC plays it. Jacasmo just goes there, flashes and smokes and waits, and you're op completely isolated already.
Oh.
I lied, of course, this time. Call me a liar. It's scripted.
They love to prove us wrong out here, Mr. HB.
You're not on the right script, bro. You guys are playing round 19. It's only round 18.
He's up to 4 or 5% Maui Snake. Drop back down to 2 today as Fear and Wonder will find a pick a piece. But LILMIX has the player advantage to work with now, and again, they desperately need to find a round from the CT side to get things flowing.
You can see the confidence for FNATIC now. Just going to take that opening fight B main, no regard for the op. A slide through the smoke for Fear to find one. But it's might come crumbling down here. A main controlled. The young superstar ready to rock and roll. Oh no.
Oh, he was ready. Karen maybe just a bit more ready. Jambo. That stone wall not moving an inch. Look at those eyes locked in. No mini-map necessary. Trusting in the teammates.
Mizet did crazy work with a 5-7 from here before. Now he has an AK. But again, I love this FNATIC squad because of how much control Fear has. He tells the boys, here's the setup. They give the information. I'm holding A main. I'm holding highway. I'm out mid. I don't need to turn around if I'm Mizet because I know my backside hold of Karn has given me good information, so I can stay poised on my crosshair. That's all he does. Just straight staring down the barrel of that rifle is FNATIC post 11 and are one away from one away.
Let's go.
Let's
you know,
go.
and it seems like they've weathered the storm, right? It was a little bit sketchy. It seems like both of these teams may be having some issues on that CT side, but T side flowing strong.
Yeah. We're going to need something crazy from LILMIX right now. They're playing, I don't want to say too passive. Bodenmeister found that frag out towards B main, but it wasn't a push behind it. There was no support to find a second frag to make it a 5v3. Fear played trade through a lurk smoke that by design he slid through. Bit off more than he can chew, I guess. But this should be the final purchase for LILMIX here. Loss bonus is adding up. If they don't find 3+ frags, it's going to hurt them moving into round 20.
Fear will eventually make his way up toward boost here as they partner with some of these people. Chunky need to come in and Casbo eat all of them, but Karen still finds a pick and he finds a second.
From bad to worse,
LILMIX.
I guess.
Yeah, they just can't seem to find a round that will go their way from the CT side. And Chiquito
turns
and
around
Fear, like
now.
two ships passing in the night. But
Yep. Script's
he
written.
had that sixth sense, right? The spider senses were tingling. He had to turn around.
Yeah, there's always that timer going in the back of your mind. I'm not sure how deep the knowledge rolls for this FNATIC side, but as Fear finds a perfect timing and the frag, it just confirms my hunch. As a solo player, you have to watch your back consistently, and that's what he does. Finds an easy frag on Jaquinho and shuts this round down before it has a chance to start. FNATIC B pounce with a single mid lurk from Fear. Find it. 12 now. 5 chances for them to close out LILMIX's map pick and send us to Ancient.
I mean, at half, LILMIX has yet to gather a single round CT side. Dazed in some serious trouble here, too. And Zay and Fear still in the final two. Cash may be all done and dusted.
Yeah, just straight money in the bank for FNATIC here. Again, I don't want to say it's their happy place, but it's a map that they don't avoid. FNATIC don't even ban this the second time. They'll let it go to the third map. They're happy to play cash whenever it comes through. Yeah, CT side struggles, but that's cash by design when you have a group hitting, right? The B site cannot support the A site in any way, shape, or form. At least in a map like Dust 2, you can whip flashes over the wall, over CT spawn from B to support that long hold, right? There's no possible way to support from B onto A. Even Highway has its own struggles trying to support the A site, so it leans towards grouped play. And FNATIC are doing just that on their T side as they systematically dismantle LILMIX's hold. And now potentially the last round of map 1. Op still in the hands of Bodenmeister. They have pretty much every rifle they need, and this is LILMIX's chance for individuals to step up. But it's got to be now or never.
Now or never, indeed, as they can't afford to lose another round, or we'll be heading into Ancient map pick of FNATIC, where things may be getting exponentially tougher. Speaking of tough, Jambo on the line, finding Jaquinho, and Jaquinho just having a really tough day.
I don't want to say Jaquinho's had a tough career, but
yeah,
for,
at least recently, right?
Played for Metasport. Yeah, it's played for Metasport. Not a great time for Metasport. Played for FNATIC in the last Swedish roster before they disbanded, when they dropped down to like 42nd in the world. Wasn't Jaquinho's fault? Of course not. It's not one player. It's a team game. He just happens to be in the position for 2 Swedish teams to fumble the bag. And now here, maybe last chance on LILMIX. Got to try to stand tall, and to have a 6-18 score line to end this game is not going to be great for his confidence going into Ancient.
Well, hopefully Quicks can, or maybe the coach can reinvigorate this squad here, because it feels like it's only a matter of moments before cash is over. Mazet finding Bowden. He gets a nice pick on the way out, but it's only one, and the player advantage still favoring FNATIC as you take a glance at the minimap. This 3-man rotation coming from spawn side as the plant gets dropped on site.
What an arrogant plant from Jambo, too, right in the center. Doesn't even care. Finds the frag in heaven. Re-smokes towards tree. Now, utility comes in. They know where this hit's coming from. Look at this flank, too. Look at this mid-positioning from Carney. Doesn't have to do anything. Where are you going, Quicks?
You're going into the ground, baby. It's a 6-feet dirt nap, courtesy of FNATIC. They shut it down 13-7, was it? I don't think LILMIX got a single round in the second half.
Yeah, no, they got absolutely wrecked. That's the push and pull on display by FNATIC. A very T-side heavy team. And as we enter Ancient Map 2, it's probably going to be that T-side start for FNATIC where they can rise and grind. Again, maybe just a little bit of a slow start for FNATIC as it is their first match on stream. Early days for them over there. I don't know what time is it. Doesn't know. Doesn't even matter. But it is what it is. They pick up the first map 13-7. Not a single CT side round for LILMIX.
Just goes heading into the map pick of Ancient. You feel like Fnatic's gonna. I mean, you and I alluded to this earlier, right? This should be anything but a 2-0 for Fnatic. So it looks like, maybe some of those early morning struggles that you talked about, but they found their footing. They're looking solid. That second half was perfect.
Speaking of early morning struggles, I think we should take a break because I'm going to go get myself a energy drink or a coffee as it's 6:45 a.m. here in the Eastern Time Zone in North America. So chat, 10 minutes. We'll be back. Ancient map 2 Fnatic looking to do the 2-0 over LILMIX and slide into that upper bracket group for D. We'll see you in 10. It's rough. LILMIX, they don't mind Ancient, right? 18% win rate over 11 maps played, which is not great. But it's a start. As for FNATIC, this is like their third, maybe fourth map, something that they probably want to get an official rep on. So maybe we'll see something different, right? Cash, they probably didn't like the CT side too much, but once they got on the T side, FNATIC kind of sailed away with it. They're going to be starting on the T side of Ancient, and this is where patience is a virtue. How many smokes does LILMIX know? How well can they refresh them? And how well can they use their utility post-smoke to hold that space of catwalk in lower mid? Only time will tell. FNATIC on the T side, though, I'm sure it's going to be explosive and fast. Fear with that Mac 10 is always dangerous as he slides through the smokes in mid, but we're going to have to wait and see. Players getting ready for the FNATIC side. You can see the coach independent in the background, just slipping those beautiful Ace Zone headset on. And the rest of the boys, plugging them in-ears in. As for the LILMIX squad, I'm still kind of captivated by their jerseys more so than their gameplay for the time being, as a couple players yet to return. Ancient Map 2, Hot Sauce. You got a score prediction? You were pretty close over on Cash.
Oh, I think this one's going to be worse for LILMIX, unfortunately. If they can come out swinging early, maybe get that pistol round, I think they could potentially get 4 or 5, but I just I don't see them getting more than that on Ancient, especially with the fact that we saw FNATIC really picking it up in the second half. They looked much more like that team that we're used to seeing. It almost seemed like it was just natural for them. And so for me, I think we might be looking at a 13-5, 13-4.
Okay, pretty steep hill to climb for LILMIX.
How about you?
For sure.
You're not getting out of this.
No, I know. I mean, I went bold the other day. I said 13-2, I think, for a match yesterday that we watched, the 9 versus Quad 6. And it didn't come true. So maybe about the same, 13-6, 13-7 again. 7's an honorable scoreline for LILMIX to gain against a team like FNATIC. But it is going to come down to the protocols, right? Cat, mid control, name of the game for the T and CT side. But once you lose that space, it comes down to how quickly can the CTs fight back through Red Room, Donut, or Cave to take space back. Or how quickly can FNATIC force them to sit deep on sites and play retake for the CT side? I think it's going to come down to a little bit of the latter. I think FNATIC are going to move super fast, take all this space away, force LILMIX into awkward situations, trades they don't want to play that are not favored for them, and then it'll just be straight executes after that from FNATIC. And LILMIX are going to be playing that retake simulator, the B site. Now FNATIC, a couple of their players stepping up huge. Jambo having a massive game. Mizé as well, 1.48, 1.55 rating, 20 and 18 frags combined. But it is Bodenmaster on the other side with the AWP. Ancient, in my mind, not known to be an AWP-heavy map late round. It's very difficult to make the retakes happen with an AWP on this very map. B site, near impossible. A site, so many tight angles to clear that the AK or M4 is going to be your friend. So that 1.22 that Bodenmaster dropped over on Cash might be slightly less here on Ancient. As I can see, the players are ready to rock and roll. Fist bumps delivered. Smiles on the faces of a few of the LILMIX players as they suck back that Red Bull and prep for map 2. Steak Pulse Beat 1, sponsored by Steak. Make sure you guys get over to Steak and use Pulse 35. Get yourself $5 a day, every day for 7 days, so long as you log in and deposit $20. Here we go, FNATIC T side, map stats, or map odds up 1.13 to 5.30, so a little bit less in favor of LILMIX as we go into map 2.
Yeah, I think that's understandable too, right? They lose their own map pick. Now we're into FNATIC's map pick, so it just makes the most sense. But, we've seen, again, I keep thinking back to Ho2 being out of the tournament already, so anything's possible. Yep. It'll be Dest or Bully on the dualies this time as he cheats down ramp looking for something to in toward Cave already, and the bomb is here as well. Wonder, got a set of dualies himself.
Where are they going?
Are they, what? What caused him to rotate early here?
Oh, I don't know, but Bodenmaster makes some money.
And if Karen didn't have a tough time on Cash, maybe a tough time here now as he gets knifed in the back. But Chakasmo, good for a 2-piece. Jambo will find one as well. Dez picks up 2 on the way down. And from knife to pistol, Boden looking to be the shining star one more time. He was That glue holding him together in map 1, but Fear a crispy headshot to wrap up round 1.
Another 1v1 for the IGL as he kind of disciplines Karen just a little bit there, going, bro, you get knifed in mid. Your entire job is to just survive. And he's laughing and joking. It's fine. 1-0 start. Good pistol round collected for FNATIC. But again, I want to know what communication came through to pull them off the B site like that. Maybe it was, in fact, Bodenmaster who'd slipped the net and said, I'm behind them, boys. Let's play retake. Finds that knife. He's got a pretty nice purse in the second round, but the save to come through for the time being. Tech pause, and you could probably guess why. And it's all rifles for the T side this time. But the name of the game of Ancient, catwalk lower mid control. So chat, keep your eyes on that mini map to start every round. Smokes are going to dictate space to be gained. A deep Jaguar smoke means fast mid control for FNATIC. A front Jaguar smoke that blocks catwalk means patience. But that has to be called out by the Jaguar player on the CT side to indicate what kind of utilities to be used next. It's a quick on-the-fly play. But as the tech timeout gets lifted, we get ready to rock and roll. HUD, a little backwards, but we're working on that. No stress.
Boom. Instant.
Boom.
That's how good Jay Keat is back there, y'all. Give this man some hype because he deserves it.
Jay Keat. All right, let's
Jay
get after
Keat.
it.
Our steed, our knight in shining armor back there. FNATIC, they post that first round. We'll see how LILMIX decides to attack round 2 as they force their way back in. The FAMAS in the hands of Death Odin. With the rifle and pour mid, looks for the battle. Karen to Jacasmo, they find 2, and LILMIX's problems are going to get, well,
Exponentially worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a line I use. I think this guy knows me too well. Fear finding the Mac 10 on the Giacchino. Quicks and Wonder, the last 2 standing here, and this plant will be free.
Little moment of silence there for the LILMIX force buy back in the second round. Bodenmaster, I think, probably said, boys, we save, I get the op in round 3. No, you'll buy an M4 and fight solo into mid. He goes, guys, that's a bad idea. And he goes, no, you're doing it anyways. Finds his own demise. It is what it is. Second on the board for FNATIC, and a good way to do it. A quick take of mid control, flaunting what they got. Why not?
I mean, Quicks at least finds one. Wander's there to pick up a little piece of the pie, too. Not going to be able to win the round, but...
Terrorists win.
No final frag found. Maybe, actually. We'll see if that Galil's on the CT side in round number 3, but it should just be the save. This is where FNATIC need to say, okay, guys, this is our best map. Let's solidify something right now, okay? This is the mind of Mr. Henry Bat. This would be what I'd be saying if I was an IGL. Straight B site execute or straight A site execute. Don't do anything fancy. Let that utility land. Wait for that stack to be found. Sniff it out like a fine wine. If you like the taste, continue going. If you don't, give it another second to breathe. But it is just default style for FNATIC as they grab mid control.
It looked like LILMIX was trying to fight out a red room, but that smoke limiting the visibility here. The Maul on the back end, and that's going to flush Dezd away. Some early util damage continues to set FNATIC up for success. But what an electrifying turn of events as Mizet might be shocked by that one. Jacasmo able to reel it back with 2 of his own. I'm a sucker for the taser.
Yeah, a little gun game in reverse here.
Why can't I go forward? I don't know. Maybe because I'm kissing my opponent. Quicks. We'll give him a kiss to the face with a 5-7. Jacasmo on that Galil. And up to a 3K. Quicks has picked up this AK himself. Look to play an off angle here, but that bomb down in an awkward spot. Luckily for Jacasmo, there's still time to clear these corners.
Oh, he does it. Nicely done, finding a 4K, staving off disaster, and Bodenmaster playing a little gun game, but in reverse. Knife, taser, what's next? Negev? Let's see what he can get. You never know. Hopefully he pulls out the op some point soon, because that's going to help them hold this mid control. But FNATIC, by the numbers, they don't mind. One survives, they find the third, purchase to come back in the fourth. But this should be the first big purchase for the CT side. There we go. Bodenmaster on the op M-Force for the rest. Keep your eyes on that mini-map chat. It dictates the pace. Deep Jaguar smoke means the mid-control for FNATIC, but it doesn't go their way.
And Aquino just runs straight down mid. Finds a nice little two-piece. Chicasmo on the quicks to keep it an honest 3v3. And as they begin to make their way onto the B site, LILMIX, nobody is home. And Wonder for back haul, spotted by Chicasmo. The top flash for his teammate. Op deep here and body riddled with some damage on the peak. Chicasmo to Jambo. The double J action puts down Jaquino and Wonder. And well, Odin can't do much other than save this op.
4-0. I mean, he's going to be on that flank pretty quickly. Fear might hear these footsteps. He doesn't.
What's going on?
Look at the excitement from Fear as he finds that final frag. It's a 4-0 start. But again, keep your eyes on that minimap chat. That Jaguar smoke is super deep, tossed by FNATIC most rounds, and that just indicates that they want to cross Cat quickly to collect mid control. They're fighting through that lower mid smoke, and I think it might need to be a change from LILMIX. Stop throwing that deep smoke, throw it a little bit shallower, force FNATIC to fight through what they can't see. Same smoke's tossed. Mid fight to come through for FNATIC. Oh, they're patient this time.
Trying to mix up the strategies just a bit, maybe expecting something different here from LILMIX, but they have to know the economy is in trouble. Not too often we hear those crickets chirp in here on Ancient, but
You might hear my baby cooing upstairs as well.
not yet, not yet.
Okay, that's okay. Even if you do, that's okay. It's okay. Just playing with my wife.
A lot of patience here from FNATIC in round number 5. Molly will go out. Oh, it doesn't linger to the corner, though, and Jaquino, unfortunately, has been taken out early. His struggles from Cash seem to have followed him toward Ancient.
I like this. Chicasmo nervous about this space. Walks it off when the bomb gets planted on the opposite side. He's got support from Mizé, but they have to piece this puzzle together. Oh, easy
And they do. If Quicks could have had just a little more patience there, instead he steps out into the crosshair of Mizé, and Chicasmo realizes that his feelings were right. That's Sixth Sense again reigning true.
That's an easy protocol to follow as well. It's impossible to find patience like this in a player. Chicasmo, here's what your job is. Yeah, go towards B doors. Okay? That's the plan. Just go towards B doors. Don't do anything. It's getting scary now for FNATIC.
They're getting a ton of kills here at the end of the round, so, maybe a silver lining, but at 5-0, you're going to need more than kills. You need rounds at this point. You got to find a way to get on that board and just get the team flowing.
Good call from Fear as well. His team is definitely flowing on that T side. You called it early, patience. And again, this has to be perfect practice from FNATIC, right? We talked about this over on Cash, that 7-5 half in favor of LILMIX was probably not the way FNATIC wanted to start this tournament off. They close it out 13-7, don't give a single round over to LILMIX on their CT side, fine. That's FNATIC, huffing, puffing, blowing away the competition. Now on to Ancient. It's got to be patience, because this early util from the CT side is devastating towards mid. Karn down to 45, and he can't swing.
Aquino gets a little aggressive toward A main here and get a little extra intel. We can see Dez tucked toward Donut side and a bit of an early rotation away from Red Room here. Who is that going back to mid? I think that's Wonder toward Red Room here as they fight the mid control FNATIC. And you talked about that patience. They're doing a great job of displaying that.
A little bit of a re-aggress here from LILMIX as they try to plug every choke point. You can see them in Donut, in Red Room, fighting forward on towards Cave. And that does give openings towards FNATIC as they start to dissect. Mid control to be gained here by Fear. I don't know if he heard the footsteps back in, but he's asking for the space to be cleared by utility. No, answer, daily double. This Wonder puts him in the dirt. 5v4. 40 seconds. It's FNATIC to be called forward from the grave of fear. Ain't gonna find much more as Jacasmo gets put down by the op.
See how much they care to wager on this daily double as Bowden finds a couple. But the plan is down. Got a player advantage and working to get together here. There's a long lurk from Mazet toward Red Room, though, and Giacchino's found him. Beautiful flash. Dest able to work with that. Taken away. Still a couple kits in hand, though, and as they continue to pick apart FNATIC, they will finally get that first round on the board. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, and that pendulum swinging pretty hard for FNATIC there. You can see Karen not happy about that spray as his hands go up in just... I don't even know what to say. He's just upset about the fact that he couldn't find that 1v5. Come on, boys. You're going to lose a round here and there. Don't let it swing too hard. LILMIX on the other side, though, they're smiling pretty happy about that one. A flawless first. As the stance seemed a little bit strange. One solo deep A main, one in Donut, one jump spotting Red Room, and then the double up in Cave that could have been cleared by a flash and a molly. Instead, FNATIC's confidence walked to their own demise. And their purchase is not great going into round 7 here. 2 Galils lacking utility. That pace change from LILMIX as they grab Jaguar control this time. And lower mid.
Yeah, I mean,
healthy.
Firestorm across the minimap. It was nothing but mollies raining down. Bowden able to scoop up the first pick onto Jamball, and Giacchino beginning to come alive, which is something that LILMIX desperately needed to happen. Runs aware. This nade should be chunky. Giacchino down to 24. He still finds one.
Oh, Mazet not happy about that one. Might be a second on the board here for LILMIX as they fight forward, and it's quite aggressive. That change of pace was definitely needed, and they don't do too much in that change of pace. They just take one giant step forward, plant their heels, and say, come and get it. As FNATIC's captain and new boy need to figure this one out. Tons of utility left for LILMIX side and a pretty comprehensive B site hold.
We'll spot the pixel. A nice spray here from Wonder to claim the length of Karen and Fear. The last standing soldier will try to force him out with a molly. Oh, he does get 2 on the way down. So, you know, a little consolation prize on the way out. But LILMIX starting to come alive.
It's a great way to find a second round. That kind of breaks the bank of FNATIC as well. But this is where it gets tricky. This is where LILMIX need to ask themselves what's important. Winning the round or kind of shoving it back in FNATIC's face. They might not be on a force buy. I don't hear utility being dropped for the T side. It is just a couple of deeks. And LILMIX need to play this one rather smart. Heavy utility to the choke points. Play the distance. Use your rifles to your advantage. And Giacchino, first to be tested over towards A main, uses that distance and gives them a chance.
And he finds 2! He swaps to the pistol and nails the quadra. Giacchino, 3 health as he posts 4. Quicks will clean up the final kill. And LILMIX, okay, we see you.
Nicely done. Easy hold on the A main side. A little bit of a risk, if you have to ask me. But the fact that they didn't fight down in towards mid, the LILMIX side, they had quick rotates towards Donut. So all is well that ends well. Another flawless to find their third. And the bank accounts start to grow. FNATIC back with a purchase, but they need a tack timeout to confirm it. It's not going to be a great purchase back. It is lacking utility. So first wave utility needs to be perfect for FNATIC to take space. If they're blocked at the choke points, it might just be a late save unless LILMIX fumble the bag. We'll have to wait and see here. What's the call, Fear? What do you got? Trick play? Special round you've been working together for? Maybe the last month you've been saying, hey, we're on a low buy. This is what we do on a map like Ancient. Maybe fast cave control, force the rotates out, pounce on mid with a good flashbang late. We're going to have to find out here. Round 9. 5-3 now. LILMIX doing it from a 5-0 to a 5-3.
Well, FNATIC will have a full set of rifles back in hand here. Another chance to work there. Magic, a lot of pressure out through mid here. And Giacchino straight through that mall. He takes a ton of damage. Karen kills his own team, but he finds 2 more on the back end. Nobody Safe on the other side of that crosshair. Jambo powers through mid, finds Wonder Boy. And then a 4v2, a chance for FNATIC to slow some of this momentum of LILMIX down.
Yeah, great play from them, both from LILMIX and FNATIC. I think LILMIX understood that. Great call from Quicks to say, guys, let's get stuck into this mid fight. Win or lose, we followed the plan. They understood that if they stuffed FNATIC on that first approach, there was no utility to be used for a second. Well, of course, LILMIX lose that fight, open up the A site, and FNATIC going to post a 6th. Now it comes down to Quicks and Bodenmaster to save. At the end of the day, still a plan made from LILMIX. Didn't work, but it is what it is. 6-3 now.
I mean, they got 3 in a row. That's certainly something to be proud about and something to build off the back of, as Quicks will take a late exit to this round. Bowden maybe trying to find a frag, all while hoping to hold on to this op. And the economy's still in a great position for LILMIX as well. You look to the bottom left of your screen, everybody's doing all right. Ooh, okay, I like it. Cheeky little play. Gets out in front of the smoke. It looked like Karen was considering going for the knife. Bowden's going to find a second as well. My man looking like Jason Bourne out here.
Yeah, but saving, that's a different story than winning the round. Good for him to find a couple of frags to keep the FNATIC economy in check, as it hasn't really had a chance to grow just yet. Now back in the purchase, as you so aptly pointed out, LILMIX bank accounts running deep. And a double up set up on the CT side. Jaquinho and Bodenmeister, maybe he has a good A spawn. It seems so. Back to the mid fight for the CT side as FNATIC. Look like they want to set up a late A take. Utility placed. Pressure applied. It's going to be Jaquinho who resides on A with that op.
Gonna have the help of Dest for Donut. And as the small A comes down, it seems like they've got an idea that could be something happening toward A main here.
Jaquinho just dumps his belt towards A main. I'm not even sure what caused this contact. A single smoke into CT spawn, maybe. But as he is patient, it's a feint. FNATIC gonna walk over to the stacked B site, and this one LILMIX want to get aggressive towards B ramp. Now is the time to fight forward on it, and you can see Wonder looking for a flashbang for this fight.
Bowden spotted one over the top. Shot doesn't connect, but that is the intel they need. And as that flash lanes down, the spray through, Jambo a bit off the mark. Now look to fight for some control toward Jaguar. You look at the top middle of your screen, it's 35 seconds on the clock. They decide to switch directions, but there's another op posted up toward mid and a double op setup. Coming up big momentarily. The couple flicks not there for Jaquinho, though. And after a nice shot, a couple slip through the cracks here. Plant's going to go down, and FNATIC player disadvantage. LILMIX, Jaquinho up front, close and personal with that off. Jambo's tucked into red room. He's holding two at bay. The spray is no good. Quicks. Too much to handle, and he's found the second. 2-8. Not the performance he was hoping for here on Ancient, and now at a 1v4 needs the clutch of a lifetime. All four kits in hand, and LILMIX has come for the fight on Ancient.
Wow, that was good. That was actually really good. I understand now why Jaquinho posted all that utility in A main so early. He did stop that push. Second layer of utility landed, and LILMIX didn't flinch. They stayed 3 on B as they trust in the op of Jaquinho to find the frags. They do rotate off on that next contact, but that was just by design. A good timing for them to fight back down B ramp. They get the information they need, and they don't commit to it. Good fourth to find as you start to make FNATIC shake a little bit. Techies, Deeks, couple pieces of utility and armor to boot, but FNATIC not looking strong in round number 11.
Looking for a heavy A push here, it would appear. It's going to be Jaquinho to hold the line. We'll see if they can overwhelm him here with these pistols. Expect this first flash to rain down. It does. Forces Jaquinho back. Now the volley's here as well. The first shot for Jack doesn't connect.
At least they're on the site this time with a smoke to block.
plant's already gone down. FNATIC will try to make a stoic stand here. This nade should be a chunky one, and it is. 46 for Mazet. And Spray. Transfer's no good. That's good for the first. It's Quicks for 2, and now Quick starting to come alive as well.
Oh my. Karn with a couple of taps again. You see that pendulum swinging for him. How many times have we seen him in the post plant? 1v5, 1v4, 1v4. Doesn't get a single frag for any of the 3 chances. LILMIX. CT side coming alive a little bit. Maybe the jitters after map 1. But it is another strong start to the second map for them. It's going to come down to obviously the second half because you can't win a game in the first. And it might be a 6-6. LILMIX would be happy with that. FNATIC 7-5 on the horizon, potentially. Jambo dons the big green for the first time in what seems like forever here on Ancient. But again, in my mind, the mind of Mr. Henry Batt, I don't think the op is super prevalent on a map like Ancient. Like, it's there, don't get me wrong. It's not as weak as having it on Inferno. It's definitely not as strong as having it on Dust 2. But,
did you see what Bowden had?
Auto Sniper?
Yeah.
No way. Taser knife auto?
Yeah,
dude, where's he spamming with this
thing?
thing?
I hope he heats it. You know, obviously with a timeout, he potentially could sell it or whatever. But, yeah, there it is. Bowden on the auto.
Oh, my God. Where are you going? $3,400 in the bank as well. So he could buy himself an M4 after. Oh, my God.
Can't take that money into the next half, so.
This is the play. Triple stack on your B site. This might not be well received by FNATIC, but they still want mid control. Oh.
What a shot from Wander.
Auto Sniper not even noticed yet. What was that? Tried to flick for a shot. He tried to flick the Auto Sniper and it didn't work. Oh, didn't work at all.
Sometimes you get what you deserve, they say. Fear finds
Can't
the auto.
always get what you want.
But if you try sometimes, you might just find what you need. Is Mazet. Quick pick on the Quicks. And this is where we start to worry. That second half of map 1, LILMIX couldn't find a single round. And we hope that they don't have similar troubles here. The plant will go down. Wonder finding a kill for his troubles. Giacchino and Des now through mid. Only 17 health for Des. Giacchino on the op, and it's been a bit of hit or miss for the last few rounds when it comes to the one-hitter quitter. Easy kill for Mazet. He's ready for the second. Job well done. 7-5. Much like map number 1. A little bit swap sides here, but here comes the tough test now for LILMIX.
Very much so. I'm happy to see Mazet get 2 frags to end that half out. He only has 5 total. Jambo as well. So it's the superstars for FNATIC not shining just yet. It is the team play that has overwhelmed, and the retakes pretty sublime from the LILMIX side. They're just going to have better post plants here on their T side. Odds ever changing. 1.08 for FNATIC, 6.30 for this map. As you can see, stake map winner. Armor for 4. Dooley's gifted. Fear keeps a pair for himself, it seems. Double set of utility and a B-site hit for LILMIX.
Quick one of that. They explode on the site. Fear comes out with a dualies. Jacasmo finds one as well. Jacasmo holding on to the dualies as his teammate Fear has been tucked into the dirt. Aquino toward back halls. Maybe just waiting for Karen to get into position toward ramp side. No kits in hand, though, and they're going to have to quicken the pace. Aquino, good for the first, quits the second. Jacasmo dinked on down. The Gushes to Rio and Karen all alone in a 1v3. It doesn't look likely. Aquino, LILMIX, they get their first round of the second half of the entire series.
Very true. I don't want to keep track of this one, but that's 4 1vX's, overwhelming numbers, and Karen can't get a single frag. The 1v1s have been coming down to the Fear mindset. He's been winning them, but when it comes down to Karen, the clutch not there. It's pretty difficult to get a 1v5, 1v4, 1v3 in a post plant on a pistol, but to not even find a frag in 4 tries, maybe that adds up to the fact why he's only at 7 and 11. Purchase back for LILMIX. FNATIC Doesn't join them. Just a couple upgraded pistols and a B-site pounce. No one's home. 3-7.
Jambo and Mazay were both popping off in that first map. They've been a little silent here tonight. Not tonight, but on Ancient, rather. Because Jambo will eat all of that game. Down to 32 as the plant goes down. Jacino good to Jacasmo. Back and forth we go one more time. Des to Bowden. Mazay's only good for the consolation prize on the way down. And just like that, Mr. HB, we're all tied up at 7.
Hell yeah. Let's get after it. Same way Cash started, right? 7-5 for LILMIX. FNATIC win pistol conversion. Make it 7-7, and they hit a clean sweep through. Now the question is, can LILMIX do the same? We can see their utility lands towards B site. It's working well. One missed molly in the pistol, but it doesn't matter. It was made up for by a smoke and some clean shots. Purchase back on the CT side. MP9 for Fear as he downgrades to upgrade his utility belt. No helmet for Jacasmo. I think he could have bought that with the nade, but he used that for space gain in towards mid. Back 10 for Quicks, taking space.
Flash as well. Peek from Cubby, and Mazay's found as Wonder. Partially blind, still able to find that trade as Feared will bounce back. And the battle of the 9s favors Fear this time. Jacasmo, peekaboo, I see you, and he's found the second and the third.
That's a hard spray. That's a hard spray. Good for the first. I thought he'd tuck in, but he stayed to play for the rest as he knows his line at A main, and the rotates would have been a little bit late. So good for him to shut that one down, and the first rifle round goes FNATIC's way. But now as the purchase should come back for the T side as well. I say should. It's a scout for Wonder, Galil for a couple, and Dez on the Deagle. This should be a FNATIC overwhelmingly positive win. There's no way to fight back into this one for LILMIX. They have 2 smokes, or 1 smoke, 1 flash. They have to make it work. And I think the read's been pretty much pieced together by Fear and FNATIC.
See him on the comms there on the mic. And the spray through just a millimeter away, but quick finding Jambo here opens up this A site completely.
They're on the scene, but this late piece by LILMIX with B doors and everything might be the nail in the coffin. Quicks plays trade off Mazay.
This blind will allow him to get the plant down. For Donut knows there's one on side and can't deal with it nicely. Cautious of A ramp, a Bowden from behind. I don't think Fear realized that somebody was still lurking over there. He's wondering what the hell that guy's still doing. On the peak, it's Wonder with the tag and the jump shot.
Not enough, though. Not enough. Everybody from FNATIC goes down, so it's an expensive round, but still they take the lead. Another A-site lean. Fumbled a little bit in A main, I think. Jambo got caught out on a little bit of an island behind Big Box, the same position Jacasmo played the previous, so LILMIX were ready for it. And now this becomes strugglesome. Both teams at the bottom of their bank accounts post-purchase. MP9, MP7 for the CT side. Only 1 kit on Fear. So LILMIX should be able to take control of this space quite quickly as the mini-map erupts in smoke and flame. Space gained quickly, though, for the LILMIX side and lost just as fast towards A main.
Molly to clear Cubby, but again, nobody's home. You can see that default spread across the map here for FNATIC. You can see him on the mic calling it out. Wonder finding him through the smoke. And Mazay's struggles continue at 8 and 15. Top shot from Jambo as he's been stuck at 5 here for a bit. Spray from Jacasmo. MP7 putting in the Lord's work here as he'll be able to upgrade.
They know there's still 1 more tag. Can they find this final frag before they get the execute onto the B site? Or will LILMIX just straight up execute regardless of how much space they have? Quicks. Hard fight is the trade possible in cave. Not even needed. Fear finds the first, but Quicks does get the information on both. This should support the Wonder straight up push. He does just that, support right behind him. Bomb on the back of Dez. Does FNATIC just linger and wait?
See if that patience pays off one more time. Dez has spotted Fear here in that nade.
Perfect.
will claim the life. Jambo toward the back of the site. Coming in on Jacasmo. And it was that intel that you talked about that was gathered from Quicks earlier. LILMIX.
Another 1v3. One kill. One kill to start this off. Good.
There it is. Asking you shall receive, my friend. Karen's found the first. Dez at 41, and it becomes a winnable round, but we've seen some inconsistencies out of Karen just a bit today. And a little better here on map 2. Fortunately, not able to find the second 2 picks here, and LILMIX not ready to go silently into the night as they get within striking distance.
That was actually really good patience from them. I don't know who's making the calls. Maybe it is Quicks from the grave, but that was a beautifully played 3v4. They applied so much patience. They cleared out cave with utility. They waited to even tap that bomb till they had full sight cleared. LILMIX deserving of a 9th here, as it is USPs and a solo 5-7 for Karn. He's able to purchase that after the 1 frag in his 5th 1v3 plus clutch attempt. There should be a 9-9 score line.
They try to run it down with USPs. Unfortunately, that MAC-10 too much to handle. It's a headshot magnet.
See ya.
Yeah, is right, Mazay. Not much you can do but bend over and kiss your butt goodbye in that situation.
A beautiful 9th too, right? This is those are scary rounds sometimes when you're playing against the USPs. You clean them up, it's so easy. Why did they just run at us? Well, FNATIC ran at you for a purpose. They didn't care about the eco round. Every round is important, don't get me wrong. They made a plan. They would have loved to won it. But the fact that they didn't just means Rifle's back on the board and Jacasmo with the chomper. He's got that gator in hand. Where's he going to go with that bad boy? Keep an eye on number 3, and it's probably that cave push as the triple stack from FNATIC towards mid claims the space. Nice long.
Jumping spray here. Dez picked up on the kill. Now the taps from the MAC-10 come out and claim the life. No, it's Dez. Snatches the kill away, but Jacasmo, the shotty to the body, will find Giacchino.
What?
And he's pumping heads and getting bread. My man, a monstrous round with a shotty. He swaps to the AK, and he finds the ace. Jacasmo looking scarier than a gas station bathroom.
Yes, I was waiting for that, dude. 4 days straight waiting for that line right there. An ace with the auto shot. He finishes it with the AK. And the best line in Counter-Strike casting history. Scarier than a gas station bathroom. And you can see Fear laughing about your line too, bro. Oh,
We've
yeah,
all been there, right?
One.
At least in the States. I don't know what overseas, but
you gotta pay in Europe, so they're usually cleaner. But it is what it is. Double digits for FNATIC now. The scared play from FNATIC with a little bit of a pushback that time. Get some double digits. But no change of pace here for LILMIX. They take the space clean, use their utility to do so.
Bro, I'm still riding the high of that shotty ace, bro. My heart's pounding out of my chest. I can't even imagine trying to reset after that, Jambo. Beautiful off shot. We talked about how he had been stuck at 5, what seems like for an eternity. He'll find a nice 2-piece here before being traded out.
Those 2 frags might just be enough to finish off LILMIX right here. This should be 11 for FNATIC. Now, we know Bodenmeister and Quicks. These guys are old heads from the Swedish scene. They can piece this one together, but not tethering off each other quite well enough. So it's going to be a solo fight here for Quicks in a CT spawn, and looky, Karn waiting. 45 to go. FNATIC looking to be 1 away from 1 away, and that would put LILMIX on a little bit of a save. On the opposite side, though, if LILMIX pulls this across the line, FNATIC will be able to purchase, but to what end would be the question, because if they lose this following round, that could be LILMIX up to 12 quick.
Well, they're going to have to go soon. 23 seconds on the clock. Karn's close here, maybe just looking to play off of the sound. Boden's made his way on towards sight. There's only 10 seconds now, though.
They've pieced this one together.
Oh, and he doesn't find the shot here. Now he's in some serious trouble. Karn into her donut. I mean, Bowden finds the plan. I didn't even think he was going to be able to do that. He gets to plant some extra funds, but FNATIC gets the job done. That's the important matter at hand.
That will add to the ability to purchase in this to try to stave off match series point for FNATIC. But it's got to be something crazy from LILMIX. We saw them win an eco round like this back on Cash. Call it a anti-eco or anti-force round for FNATIC. They fumbled. Their overconfidence didn't give them everything they needed. But I don't think they're going to have troubles with this one. AKs to support. Op in the hands of Jambo. Helmets for everybody. And that force buy does come back. Quick's going to do his best donk impression as he rolls back the years with a B hit. Oh my god, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't get much worse than that. You talk about just being in shambles. Fear's feeling confident. He says, hey, I'm just going to go swing my knife in this smoke.
Yeah, why not? Quick's trying to lead the charge there. The nades absolutely destroy him. The flash and spray, and it's just a perfect combination of death between Fear and Jacasmo by design, as they didn't have any other play for that round. There was no cave presence. They knew exactly what was going on. They stuffed the first line. Jacasmo, 24 frags deep. Jaquinho, 19.
Kobe.
Yeah, now the bank account's absolutely busted for the T side. I think maybe 3K apiece. But FNATIC should be able to put this one to bed here quite quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some great fight in LILMIX, a lot more than I thought we would see, especially when it came to Ancients, and I think that's refreshing to see. I mean, we talked about Jaquino's struggles on a lot of these teams, but having a stellar performance here on Ancient, so you know, I think there's a lot of good things to take away here from LILMIX. They certainly made some improvements from map 1 to map 2, but you know, as we expected, right? It was FNATIC's job to close this out in 2-0, and the fact that they allowed LILMIX to get 9 here is a little bit alarming for their Ancient.
I think a little bit as well. LILMIX have played a pretty stellar game so far. Here, looks to finish them right here. Disgusting. Just takes his 1, gets 2 for it, no problem, stays to play. Taught a quick lesson on how to reload in a smoke. Now the 33-year-old young IGL for the LILMIX roster. This guy's been on this squad for 6 years. It's cut down in his prime, if you will, 13-9. FNATIC 2-0. And I don't want to call it a shaky start. The boys seem happy. A win is a win, but 13-9, not as clean as either of us thought. GG's FNATIC. LILMIX, we'll get to see them in a little bit here, maybe about an hour and 20 minutes. We'll get the conclusion of the mainstream match. The loser of that, the Johnny Speeds Metasport match, will be taking on LILMIX right here on the B stream. Hot sauce. What do you think of those two matchups? What do you think just happened there? How do you think the LILMIX are going to fare in this break?
I mean, look at them. Their smiles. I think they're just happy to be here, right? This is a great experience for a lot of these young players. And honestly, they performed better on Ancient than I think a lot of us thought they would. So a lot of great things for them to take away. It was just a tough matchup for them. I would be, honestly, their day is probably going to get tougher, though. You look at Metasport, Johnny Speeds in that upper bracket. Metasport able to take their first game. Johnny Speeds leading 6-2 right now in map number 2. So LILMIX knows that they're not expected to win in this. For me, it's about gaining some of that experience, finding some crazy rounds, seeing if you could steal a map away. I think all of these are great things that could happen for LILMIX here.
Very much so. And if they do happen to play against the other full Swedish team of Johnny Speeds, Bodenmaster stepping up with the op, playing casual Swedish Counter-Strike, and Jaquinho letting it be known that he still has some power behind his punch. So it could be anybody's game, but we're going to still have to wait for that Metasport Johnny Speed match to finish. If you want to go check that one out, it's kick.com/stake_pulse. You can also find it on the hltv.org match page. As for us, it's going to be probably about an hour and 20-minute break, maybe a little bit longer, as we wait for the conclusion of that Metasport Johnny Speed matchup. And we'll be right here on the B stream. So, hot sauce. So, shall we send it to a little bit of a break?
Yeah, you know, they can check out the remaining game over on the A stream, and it's a great time to take advantage of code PULSE35. All you got to do is deposit $20. Log in every day for 7 days to get that $335 in your pocket. Great time to take advantage of it during the break. Stretch those legs, grab the snacks, check out the A stream. Don't go too far, because we're going to bring all the exciting action back here on the B stream in about an hour and 20. We'll see you after the break.